And the gods wrought creation upon the bones of an ancient dragon, that from it Magterra would be made, and the Fae provided the seedlings of the wild. And each of them gave their part the species and creatures born from creation, influenced by their will. In remembrance of this day, festivals are held each year, marking the beginning of the hallowed Edda. Amidst the festivities, you are left with a decision to make. You can go with Hector's offer to you, which was to establish trade routes, which is what I was in the process of showing you on the map. Dionysia wanted to hire you as mercenaries and perhaps a little extra. And yeah, you go throughout the marketplace. When Altani, you notice the cry of a bird that sounds oddly familiar. Like you haven't heard this very unique cry since you left your home region for Megaros.
Okay, I'm definitely looking around to try and find the source of this bird call. For sure.
As you turn about, you see in the sky a Fengla, which is a kind of small phoenix species from that is indigenous to the region of Leyland. And as it soars overhead, you're again astonished. It has been months since you have seen such a creature, and even in Leyland, such a creature is rare. As you spot this, it begins circling overhead, and you realize that you recognize this particular bird.
Okay.
This is pet of Yuze, who is a very dear friend of yours.
Oh.
Yes, you didn't have time to actually say goodbye to him when you had fled from your father.
Okay. Yeah,
So you have not heard from him in some time.
Yeah. She's like breaking form from the other two and hustling right over there. I don't know what the others are doing, but she's turning around and hustling over to that bird.
As the bird spots you, it actually swoops down, and your armor actually acts as a kind of a falconer's sleeve, where it can perch if you so choose to extend your arm to allow
100%.
As it swoops in. The phoenix swoops in, and it has a message attached to its leg. As Altani pulls it out to read
She's
it,
also definitely going to dig around in her pocket in a minute to give it a little snack, like if she's got maybe some dried jerky in her pocket or something.
Excellent. It would take some seeds if you have any on you.
100%. I feel like she's got like trail mix, or like what's it called, like gorp.
Yeah. So this as you open up the message, it reads, "I hadn't heard from you in some time, and I became worried. After inquiring after you, I learned that you had vanished in the night from your tribe, I hope you do not mind. I, again, was worried about you, but I discovered your location through means of magic, that I may send this missive.
Nerd.
Is this a young guy or an older guy? 'Cause I'm
Oh,
definitely
no.
imagining, like,
This is her
an
boyfriend.
older-
Well,
Yeah,
unofficially, but it's her situation.
yeah, well, they would be if Altani hadn't rejected him several times.
Yes. Dating.
Ooh.
What, they would
Boyfriend
be
and
what?
girlfriend.
Oh.
No.
So
No.
he's not an old man.
Just stage 5 clinger with a falcon.
If you are in danger, please allow me to send guardians to your position. I hope that you find yourself well, and that I am able to see you again soon.
I assume that Altani doesn't have any paper on her. She'd have to go get some. But she carefully re-rolls the note and tucks it into her pocket. And like she says, digs out a little bit more of a snack for her little Phoenix friend here. As a reward for being a very good boy, presumably boy. I guess it could be a girl Phoenix as well. I should not be sexist here.
No, it is
Okay.
a boy.
I thought you had said he,
Yeah.
but I couldn't remember.
Yes.
He has been a very good boy, finding me across the sea of fire, and getting me this note. So he's getting more snacks.
Excellent.
Does Tamir also recognize the bird?
Yeah, you've met
Or no?
Yuze before.
I definitely, I don't say anything. I just kind of like pinch my nose and just think, man, this guy. Like, he's down bad. But I was just, I'm gonna leave it be. That's Altani's business.
Altani is now going to try and rush the last of grocery shopping along so that she can get home so that she can write back a note to Yuze.
Yeah. And the Fengla is content to ride with you the whole time, just perched on your shoulder,
Mhm.
or it doesn't really take flight. It's flown a long way
Mhm.
already.
Oh, 100%.
So
She
it's
is
quite content to just
she
go
is
there.
100% happy to give it a free ride. Like
Excellent.
I said, it's earned it.
So Altani rushes your shopping along, and with you shopping, having done a fair bit of recovering, is Ned.
Nedward. Nedrick. I knew his name.
Oh, I thought you were joking.
Oh, I mean, I feel like it would not be too crazy for Altani to have accidentally called him Nedward early on, and then for it to have just become a thing specifically because the others were making fun of Altani.
Yeah. So Nedrick, as you're wrapping up shopping, says, "Have you given any thought to the proposition from the Senate to take our trip back to Leyland?"
I've been thinking about it a lot. I don't know about you guys, but I don't know.
Well, if if we do make our way back there, as long as we're able to avoid your father, then it could be rather advantageous to do so. Of course, if we wanted to settle down here in Megaros, then serving the other Senate woman might
Don't think so.
I'm down to go to take the road back, personally. And I'm down to try and transition that power over to the Wilders. But yeah, if we run into Dad,
We won't.
I don't know what I'm gonna do.
That's all. If we're going back that way, we won't. You're a really good tracker. You can keep your eyes ahead.
Anya just pipes in. She's like, I swear if I get kidnapped again because of your stupidity, I will kill you both.
Whoa. He's the scout here.
Noted.
That would be on him, not on me. Well, if you got kidnapped, I guess that would also be on me because I should be protecting you, but that won't happen.
Honestly, I think this is
leave him
more on
alone.
Nedrick than anyone else.
Altani is like rubs her forehead, stressed. She's like, okay, listen. I don't like the idea of working with anyone from Megaros. The longer I've been here, the less I've liked the vibes. They make me... Basically, everybody here makes me uncomfortable. I'm down to go back towards Leylun, maybe try and take this dude's money and run, and just not come back to Megaros, but Anya has ties here, and I don't want to make a decision for the rest of you.
Neither do I. I think that we can open a trade route for them through the sea and give the Wilders the key to it. We can be honest, we can make our money, and then we can get out of here. But I don't want to work for someone who is looking to actively start war, or for the other person, individual. It's
true. These people are pretty whack. T, really quick, I'm going to step out of character just for a second, DM. I just want to remind myself to get some clarity. We've been talking about them trying to conquer the other people because there's been little hints, right? We're not just making this up because we think that they're really suspicious and like weirdos, right?
They have been looking for expansion, but a lot of that means settling new territory, which is not war. They have certainly been open to the idea of war, but
so it's
strictly
not war;
speaking,
it's manifest destiny-ish, which I almost feel worse about.
So, yeah, the thing is that you definitely are guessing when you like you were saying, it has not been confirmed that they want to conquer one of the other cities. Frankly, it is a massive distance for them to travel. For now, they have requested trade routes, and that they're going to make military outposts. So if war was on the horizon with one of the other city-states, they would need to set up those outposts so that their army could subsist in the area. So it would be a very long time before they would even be able to do something like that.
But they might be trying
unless
to...
if they allied with another city-state. Because if the city-state could help provision their armies, then all they need to do is get there, and they could use that as a launching point instead. So if yeah, if there's any conquest to be happening, it's going to be in the far, far future once they've expanded their territory, which again, they have no cities near them.
Yeah.
They are very isolated.
But
So
they
that would be
might-
a long time of expanding
Yeah.
territory. But if they have an ally in one of the other city-states that also wants conquest, then they could potentially. Yeah.
So that makes me think two things then.
And
If I may
I'm-
speak really quickly first, Aaron, sorry. It makes me think two things. One, they're interested in
Go ahead.
speaking with Arhu. Obviously that's just also the next closest city for them to trade with, so it makes sense on that front. But it does also make me a little bit suspicious just because they're weirdos that they're also looking to try and suss out if Arhu could be an ally like that. But then two, like I said, it kind of sounds like they're still wanting to manifest Destiny some territory away from potentially wilders in their surrounding areas, which then makes me ask the question, I know that it's not densely populated in this area, but is it like they're just kind of creeping out, slowly taking areas that could be farmland? Or is this straight up like from what
Yeah.
we've seen, like are they pushing out the wilders? Because that is genuinely like a concern.
They are pushing out wilders for
Mhm.
sure.
Yes, which that's where I want to come in. I want to make this deal that it's like, okay, we can help you establish a trade route, but that is going to mean talks with these wilder people, right? That's
Mhm.
going to mean that we have to make a deal.
And what it kind of sounds like to me, sorry, sorry.
And then having, well, and then just being like, hey, listen, this is the border, right? You guys can keep expanding because obviously Megaros wants to, right? But
Mhm.
like up to a point, you know what I mean? Like the Wilders, because they can facilitate the road, get to dictate the matter of trade, right? Which trade for Megaros means growth. So it gives the Wilders a point to be able to actually dictate terms, whereas from what we know of how they've treated everyone so far, if we don't do this in the future, they will continue to treat Wilders like they're too dumb to think, and
Then what it
push
sounds
them
like
out
to me, if both of you are in, is we need to go out to meet the wilders that we would be going along the trail, at least some of them, because obviously we can't do the full journey. But if we can, like, even just go to the edge of the, like, the nearest most edge of the Sea of Fire, and like try to contact the first tribe we come across, and just see how that contact goes, see if we're able to like talk to them, convince them, then maybe they can spread the word. We can make a little bit of a shakeup in that direction. But I don't think we can do that unless we like. I don't think we can like say like this is our plan unless we've talked to somebody. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Given your idea, it's probably important to mention that there is going to be like several divisions. Like the wilders that live within the Sea of Fire are going to be completely separated from the wilders that live in the forest, even amongst the fact that the wilders themselves are not necessarily a strong coalition to begin with.
Yeah.
So you'd probably be talking to several different tribes, families, or
we could at least get like a
yes,
we
but
could get
I
a
would be-
temperature
that
check
would be
and see if
half
this
of
will
it.
even work at all, you know?
And even then, it's like, even if the first step were facilitating a communication between these groups of wilders, I believe that would be more helpful than anything we can
Okay.
do in Megaros.
then
Do
the
we
next
need
step
to
is
have
to
made a decision with this dude like by a certain time? Because I can't remember.
I'm pretty sure we were on a
Yeah.
time limit, and
Let's
I'm pretty
go-
sure
okay.
we're out of it.
Altani's gonna turn to both of them. I assume we're like part of the way home. and she like turns to like face both Tamir and Anya, like just kind of very suddenly. I assume they were just kind of like all walking together, holding their groceries and stuff. She just kind of like turns and like holds them each by a shoulder and like looks at them and is like, okay, I'm not gonna make us do anything, but it kind of sounds like at least Tamir and I are on the same page here. I vote we go and tell what's his bucket, the senator who wants us to go establish some trade routes. I vote we go tell him yes. And since he doesn't want us to get really moving until next winter rolls around, we have some time in the meantime to try and make things work with the local wilders as best we can to start setting up communications between some of the various wilders. We won't be able to get to everyone. Obviously, it's too dangerous to travel the whole Sea of Fire. That's why we're waiting until winter, but we can at least take some time to try and establish some contacts, some connections there after we've gone and told this guy his yes. But, and she turns specifically to you, Anya, I haven't heard any of what you think, and I really don't want to steamroll you, especially because, I mean, you lived here in Megaros before we ever became a group that traveled together, and I don't want to make you do anything. And then she also turns and looks over at Nedrick. She's like, I'm sorry, you're not a very good height for me to put my hand on your shoulder, and I'm worried I'm going to push you over if I do. But you also can have a say in this if you want to. It sounded like you were open, which is why I'm focusing my questions at Anya here.
Hey, Anya, she just says, I was enjoying being back in my apartment, but I think giving the Wilders their, the best chance they have at, maintaining their ways and their cultures, not just getting steamrolled by the powerhouses in that area, is what I would find most important. But I can't say I never want to return to Megaros. I mean, my apartment is pretty cute.
That sounds good to me. Tamir?
Are we sure we want to give Nedrick a vote? That's all I'm asking.
I actually agree with Tamir. I owe everyone here a life debt, and I have no business speaking.
Okay, technically so does Anya, so that's kind of the yes. And if I really wanted to push it, so does Tamir, to me specifically, for giving him a life at all. And so really, if I wanted to, I could steamroll everybody, and I'm not gonna.
Very kind of you, my lady.
Well,
feel free to disregard my wishes, but I personally would love to return home to the Spring Court.
Woof. That's pretty far. That's pretty far away.
Yeah, that's not happening. Nedrick,
I know.
I'm
sorry.
I'm sorry for saying it.
No. Tamir, can you shut up? Do you need to turn around and face the other direction for a second? Because I will make you do it, like you're 10 years old again.
Hold on. Look, Nedrick, I'm sorry. I am joking. What I said was in jest. I would love to one day visit the, did you say Spring Court or Summer Court? I would love to visit the Spring Court. Would you join us in our mission before that?
Certainly. I will continue to tend to the horses as I have done before.
Cool.
And Tamir, can you look at Altani saying, see?
I know you can. It's why it annoys me so much when you aren't. Especially because, and she, turns to Tamir and kind of whispers to him and to Anya, and is like, especially because I don't know if this guy understands jokes or sarcasm. You really can't mess with this guy. I don't think he gets it.
I mean, I don't... Yeah, you know what? You're right.
I'm just saying, sarcasm's, It's a rough area amongst the Fae. Some get it, some don't, and some you'll never know. And
there is actually another issue to consider. It's that Tamir can lead everyone through the Sea of Fire. However, part of the reason why Tamir is so essential in getting everyone across is his ability to create water. However, if the group grows too large, he won't be able to create enough water. So, with the size of group that they are suggesting that regularly cross the Sea of Fire, probably would require a more permanent solution. Like, to keep this going and to not have Tamir overtaxed and also keeping the group too small, you would probably have to expand to Firewalkers anyway, which are the
Wilders there.
people indigenous to, the Sea of Fire.
Well, then I tell this to the group. I say, let's make sure that we keep the group small enough for now. Again, we really need to make the senator aware that these people are not unified, and I'm sure he knows that, but that we will need to be doing some work until that winter. After all, it's not.
I was literally just saying I agree.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah, it's not just the people of the Sea of Fire, but also the Wilders along the way.
Why most of the center didn't know what we were doing with the Wilders.
Well, that was the first idea. The first idea was to take his money and run, but...
No, not run, just make it so that they're the ones in power at the end of it, and him not know that plan because he thinks he's going to be in control.
Yeah, I vote, okay. Just a tweak on your plan, Tamir. I vote we tell him, yeah, we need to make some contacts so that we can, have enough people to actually have water for a group large enough for what you want. That way, if he's keeping tabs on us or tailing us in any way, which I'm sure he could do pretty easily, she says, now suddenly very paranoid, looking around the street to see if anybody's watching what they're doing. I'm sure he could tail us really easily and try and figure out what we're doing if he doesn't trust us, which I'm sure he doesn't, because 2 of us are Wilders and you're a Fae, which, I'm sorry, Anya, you don't have a great reputation as kind of like a general group for being people you can just trust at their word. And so it would not surprise me if he follows us or has us tailed, and it look pretty whack if we just start heading out of town before we finish on his deal. And I don't want us to get whacked while we're going out to do this.
Yeah.
I don't think I'll have a problem. He seems to be pretty fond of me.
That's true.
Amy shaking his head. At the ego, the pride of this Fae woman. But I can understand your worries. I think that makes sense, but I think we're thinking 2 steps ahead too soon. When
it might not
be feasible.
Which is why we don't say anything except that we need to establish contacts, and then we figure it out after we go. I'm sick of talking about this. Let's just do something already. I'm getting itchy. I am not made to just stand around talking about things.
I will say as well, the first caravan wouldn't be able to leave until the dawn of frost, which is very it's a long way away. You're several seasons removed from that particular period of time. However, if your group was small, you could certainly cross during the Hollowed Edda. The Sea of Fire only becomes truly uncrossable even for you during Fire's Edda.
Now, remind me, are we coming up on Fires, Edda,
Okay.
or is that like a season away still?
You are looking at that being about 2 seasons away.
Okay. So then, in the meantime, could we
And there's
potentially...
52 days of the season, so it's like 104 days before you
we
start
can't.
Fires
Okay,
Edda.
gotcha. Okay, so then, here's what I vote. So we can be done talking about this. I vote we
Yeah.
tell the senator, get this ish over with, talk to this slimy dude, tell him that we need to make some contacts in the Sea of Fire. We travel, maybe even the 3 of us as a group. Nedrick, I really don't want you to get hurt on accident, so I might tell you to post up here while we're doing this traveling so that you can take care of the caravan and our like goods and stuff like that and not worry about you getting hurt in the meantime. And then do some traveling through as much as we can until we're getting close to Fires Edda. Post up here in Megaros for a little while. Maybe do a little bit more recon here in town, see if we can figure out like who we need to be watching out for doing this whole... I shouldn't keep saying manifest destiny because that doesn't exist in Megaros, but this whole expansionism stuff. See if we can get at maybe some of the root of it. See if it's like everybody here in Megaros or if it's like some of the leadership looking to make a power grab. And then after Fires Edda's over, keep doing a little bit more scouting if we need to, and then do the dang thing and get out of here.
I agree. I think let's take off. Let's go. Make everyone aware, right? The senator, all that. But then let's go through the Sea of Fire. Let's try and contact as many groups there before the season comes and shuts us out. And then during that time, we can go contact the forest tribes.
That's a good idea. That's a good idea. Okay. Let's do it.
Right, let's do it. Nedrick,
Oh my
I'm taking my
gosh,
groceries
leave
all
him
the way back to
alone.
the
He's
cart.
littler
I've
than
got
you.
stuff to do.
He straps the bags to his back, and he's trekking to the to the caravan.
I hope you feel good about yourself, Samir.
Good lad. I do.
I know
Every
that's
day.
a lie, so I don't like it when you lie
Here you
right
go.
to my face like that. Anyway, Anya, let's go home because I got a letter, a very important letter to write.
Auntie just makes eyes at her. She's like,
Okay. So go ahead and write the letter. Give me. You're welcome to either give me a general idea of what it says, or if you'd like, you can, after the session, draft an actual letter for me to work with. Either way,
I'll just
I
give
do
you
not mind.
vibes. Do you want those now, or do you want to do that nearer to the end of the session?
If you have them now, go
Yeah,
ahead.
I got them. She
Okay.
writes back as soon as she gets home. She's sending in her message essentially, 1, I'm okay. You don't need to worry about me. I'm doing fine. Tamir's fine. Got a couple new people hanging around with us. And I'm taking care of everybody. Don't worry about it. And then also profusely turns down his offer of sending bodyguards, essentially. Is like, don't need them. We're good. We're traveling light. We're fine. And then she gives, once she's like given all of her like disclaimers at the beginning, she then goes on to detail like things about their journey and stuff that happened and all of the crazy stuff that happened with the gods and with the senators and stuff like that. And she's like, here's our plan of what we're gonna try and do. So we might be ending back up on your side of the Sea of Fire, you know, either in the next couple of months or at the very least come next winter season. But it'll probably be a little while unless you're coming this way, which you shouldn't on my account. And she ends the letter apologizing for not writing him sooner or trying to let him know that she had left somehow, but she couldn't think of a way to do it without potentially giving herself up to her father, and that she hopes that he'll send another letter if he can, so that she can hear from him again, hopefully soon. And then she tells him that she misses him a lot and wishes that she could be talking to him about all of this stuff in person. And then she signs off, your dearest friend, Altani.
Excellent. As you roll up the note, you can strap it to the Fengla, and you can send it on its way.
I don't send him on his way quite yet. I want him to get at least a full night's rest hanging out before he has to head back out. But she does have her letter all prepped to go.
Excellent. Not to throw a wrench in the works, but another reminder is that Hector, while offering you a sweet deal, was specifically at odds with King Varus and Queen Ilia. There was that brazen interaction where she threw down the gauntlet at him right outside of the Senate meeting.
We should probably go clear that up, or at least attempt to have an audience with the king and queen in order to make sure that we're not stepping on any toes. After all, we want good standing in the city. That's my thinking.
I think that's a good idea to go and talk to her and feel her out a little bit more before we accept an official deal, see what her big beef with them is, because obviously dude's pretty skeezy, but we don't know really, even though Altani thinks she's pretty cool, she also doesn't know what her actual deal is, so we should definitely try and get a read on that first, I think.
Okay. So you get a knock on the door as you're getting ready to head out after having discussed some of these plans. And so
Tamir looks at Anya, because this is your domicile. I wouldn't go answering people calling out to my father's tent. Your domicile, your domain.
So Anya goes and she imagine she's a little peephole. I don't know, was that a thing back in the day? Probably not. I don't know. She peeks at something to see who it is.
Yeah. As you look outside, there is a strapping, not particularly young man. His chest is bare. His hair is done up in a laurel wreath, and he's got these big white wings that are all tucked up behind him, and he's holding in his hand a letter. You can't see the wax seal, so which is typically a major marker on the letter. But in big flowing script, you see a bit of what appears to be Tamir's name.
Anya's, because he's attractive, she's like, and she opens the door, and she's like, you have beautiful wings.
Thank you. I have a missive for your household. And he lowers it and he says, from Vespera.
Can I ask who he is, or should I know who he is?
You do not know this man.
Okay.
You are...
Might I ask your name?
I am the messenger of the gods. One of them. My name is Erices, and he again extends his hand with the letter.
She takes it and she says, "Thank you." What did you say, heresies?
Erices.
Heresies. Okay, I was like, that's that name. Thank you, heresies. And she kind of bows her head and then closes the door.
It is addressed to Tamir and friends.
Oh. Let's crack it out.
An interesting way to address that.
Yeah, I agree. But it seems like, I mean, did you say it was from Vespera as a DM or as a character?
As a character, yeah.
Okay. So, it's from Vespera, and I'm going to take a knife and open the letter and read aloud.
It says, to my new champion and his worthy friends, I am glad that your soul is free. I am sorry for my outburst. However, the news is sure to spread that I have claimed a champion. I had hoped to not bring such attention down on yourselves, but I have acted in haste, and it has led to Savas having this trump card. However, if we expose it first, then we maintain control of the status quo. However, this comes with certain political implications as well as dangers, to be certain. If any pry into our connection, be as vague as possible. With love, Vespera.
Okay. Well, it sounds like we should keep our associations close to the chest.
Anya pipes up. She's like, "What does being a champion even mean? Are we going to like a coliseum or something?"
I think it means we're lovers.
She just punches
No,
you
no.
down.
A champion of the gods is someone who has unimpeded access to their blessing.
Oh, that's nice.
Mhm. Yeah, so usually if a champion is called in the city, then they are treated with a bit more respect than the average person. It is a bit scandalous since you're an outlander.
Okay.
Not even from another city, but from no city at all.
Sick. Well, that is really good to know, because I wouldn't have played it as close to the chest. So we should still get ready and go, but let's all keep that in mind. I feel like I've gotten you guys into more trouble than necessary lately.
Anya's muttering under her breath, like, Mr. Tough Guy, big and special, kind of like walking away, muttering to herself, like, not jealous, but just kind of teasing, because she doesn't quite know what it means, but she's just like,
Excellent. Okay. Then you're off to see who first. So, from people that you intended to meet at one point or another, you intended to meet with Hector, because you're hoping to accept his deal. You had intended to meet with the king and queen Varus and Ilia, who are also champions for Ao and Ere. So you would be speaking with fellow champions in that case. But the other person that you were going to meet with is Karadak, the guildmaster for the Adventurers Guild in Megaros. It was one of those things that kept getting delayed as more pressing matters came up. So who are you going to see first?
I think the king and queen, right? What do you guys think?
I agree.
Yes.
Okay. Then I would say that when approaching any of the temples, it is usually best to bring an offering.
Hmm.
Is this the person that had the 2 different colored eyeballs?
Yeah, King Varus has a glowing purple left eye and blue in his right, whereas she has a purple right eye and green in her left.
Why does that happen?
Hmm.
We don't know.
It's a part of their calling as champions and high priests of Ao and Ere.
What to give a king or queen?
To give gods of war.
Oh,
Because it's the king and queen that are there, but the temple you're approaching is to Ere and Ao.
okay.
If you would like to roll for some lore on Ero and on Ere and Ao,
Well,
you are
because I
welcome to.
have high religion.
Excellent.
Or not super high, but it's +5.
And I'll roll for fun.
I will not
Okay.
roll because I don't think I'll do anything.
Okay, I only got a 13 because I rolled an 8, but
Wow. Bragged about it and still rolled.
+5.
So first thing that you should know is that Ao is the god of war and knowledge. He is married to Ere, the goddess of war, beauty, love, and marriage. They the concept of war is only that in Magterra. It's only a concept. War has never formally been declared in any way. Skirmishes have happened in the wilds and whatnot, small bands of fighting. Weapons are certainly a thing. You guys are constantly fighting with monsters and sometimes with other adventurers, but it's usually in the context of just skirmishes out in the wild, never a nation organized against another nation.
I rolled a 16, but what do you think, because Tamir and Altani come from a raiding culture, what's something that we would have raided constantly that had high value to us?
The thing that you would have rated the most that has a high value is the Heavenly Dew, which is farmed in Leyland.
I don't know if we have any of that on us. I doubt we do, but
It's probably your primary export that you were here to sell.
oh, okay. So we probably have a crap.
You at least have enough to like pitch it, you know, it's like we could get you more kind of thing, because that is the most valuable thing that you wouldn't be able to get anywhere else. There are some grains that are more unique to the region, but that's the high value stuff. That's the silk that you have, so to speak.
Maybe what form does it come in? Is it liquid? Is it solid?
The Heavenly Dew is liquid.
Okay.
It's basically like you could think of it as like ambrosia nectar.
Okay. Maybe a small vial of that.
Anya's gonna give a bouquet of yarrow because apparently it's like a symbol of war or something in Greek and or Celtic mythology.
Ooh.
Yarrow actually stops bleeding, so
That's why.
that would probably be why. But
I see.
What is that called? A coagulant?
Yeah.
Coagulant.
Oh
Coagulant.
yeah. Who's cayenne pepper, by the way?
It's. I mean, sorry, not to derail, but huge herb heads. We own an apartment. But no, like you need to clean your wound before applying yarrow because it will heal over whatever's
Like,
not good in there.
in your wound because it
Because it heals.
Dang.
close it up and stop bleeding so fast that you can't clean out like debris or anything that might be in it.
So you need to clean your wound.
So you have to like super clean it before using her, or else you'll get bad stuff trapped in there.
So good advice for anyone who's really outdoorsy.
Yeah. Okay, then all that's left is the gift from Altani. I was for some reason stuck on Tiana. I was like, it's not Tiana. I know it's not. Most of the vowels
It
are
is
in
not.
there. It's Altani.
I was gonna try and think of something unique, but I think I'll go with that. What is it? The Dew of Heaven. I will bring some.
Also, laurel, because we're in a sort of Roman-esque, Greek Roman, so.
Yeah. So are these herbs that Anya grew herself?
Yes. So that they're
Excellent.
alive, not dried up.
Perfect. Okay. So you approach the temple of. You can go to the temple of Ere, or you can go to the temple of Eo. Either way, you'll be able to contact one of them, which is just as good as. You know, they're on the same page. We'll say that.
Okay.
Eo's temple is on the beach. Essentially, it's on the far side of the city, whereas Ere's temple is more inland in the city, pressed against the wall. If you have a preference, those are your options.
Which one's which again? The guy is of war and something, and the one he's married to is, I forgot.
Yeah, so they're both gods of war. The guy is knowledge, the girl is beauty, love, and marriage.
And war.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, multiple domains.
Interesting. Just love and war, an interesting combo.
Yeah, I tried to shake things up in each of the pantheons, not drawing from the typical, more modern perspective of it. Although, fun fact, that is actually what it would have been in Sparta. In Sparta, Aphrodite was a war god, not a not a damsel.
Yeah.
That's funny. Like, only in Sparta.
Yeah.
Well, in Sparta and some of the islands on the other side of that region, which I'm blanking on the name of.
I think, at least, coming from a steppe culture, I think going to the one by the beach would be a lot more exciting.
I will that would be Varus. You have met Ilya before, if that matters to you at all. So, but you.
No, we should meet
She's still
Ilya,
thinking.
I think. So instead, let's go, I guess, the one inland.
Okay,
Yeah.
so not
that-
Varus.
Okay.
Over to Ilya.
Right?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think so.
All right. You approach the Temple of Ere with your offerings available, and there is a priest outside. And because he's a battle priest, he is wearing actually full armor, but he is adorned with other, like, more fanciful, decorative pieces that would be impractical for war. So, as you approach, you tell him that you're seeking an audience with Ilya, and he obliges and asks, have you brought offerings?
I present my small vial of heavenly dew. And I say, we all have.
Excellent. You do not have to divulge what your gift is, but your gift to the gods, if it please them, will grant you entry. And he steps aside. He also ensures that you are armed before you go in. Most notably, he stops Anya, who does not have, like, many traditional weapons. Do you have anything other than, like, your cauldron and your spellcasting focus that's a more traditional weapon?
No.
Then you'll have to explain to him how your ladle and cauldron can be used for offensive magic.
I
Real
was
quick.
gonna say, I guess she'd probably have like a dagger on her somewhere, but like, it's not big. It's just there for just in case. So I don't know if that counts in his mind, but it's very probably not impressive. So.
It doesn't have to be impressive. He just wants to make sure that you're armed.
Oh. Okay, then yeah. Very minorly. But she's like, I assume he didn't like see it at first, so she's like, well, yeah, I have this. But also, I have firebolt, and I'm pretty good at making poisons and such. I don't need everything made out of metal just to kill someone.
Excellent. As long as you're not coming to Ede in weakness.
She just like, like, I would never.
You have made that clear. But it is also clear that you come to her with beauty as well. And he gives you a bow and gestures for you to go in.
Oh, dude, Tamir, like, his eyes narrow as he's like, that was kind of smooth, but I hate him.
He's a gorgeous guy as well, by the way.
Oh,
Actually,
that makes more.
She like stays in a little bit, like, you know.
Yeah, as he bows, you can see, like, his massive back muscles. Like, this man can draw a war bow, you know?
Oh yeah, there you go.
Sculpted, exactly. So you're welcomed in, and there is a massive statue to Ere in this building. Around the outside is a bunch of pillars, and then there's an enclosed center area in which you can go to the altar that has the massive statue above it. There is above that a mural of a night sky that appears to move and shift as if it were actually night above, though it is not your sky that you currently see, as it is broad daylight. Barely later into the morning at all. You offer up your offerings at the altar, and there is no outward recognition at first. I assume you don't go up like one at a time, that you instead all just place your stuff on the altar.
Oh, yeah.
And there is a lot of stuff on the altar for now. It seems like the priests will see to it later that it is that it is either kept in the treasury or used up in a way that would best serve Ere. As you do this, Ilya is there performing some religious rite, and this seems to involve like training with the spear. But it is also clearly like stylized, and it's not. It doesn't have the look of just pure training.
It's like a dance.
It's choreography.
Exactly, it's choreographed. That is exactly what I was trying to get at. So,
Okay. Gesture with my head over to Altani, like, "Yo, this is your connection. Like,
Go talk to her.
yeah, this is your move."
She's like, last time I saw this guy, or last time we saw this girl, she was butt naked, so I'm not gonna talk to her.
As she finishes her dance, she stretches, takes a breath, and she glistens with sweat. And she looks over to the three of you waiting, and she steps forward. She slams the butt of the spear down on the marble floor, and it resounds through the room with an echo. The incense that are burning, like the fumes, the smoke drifts across her visage as she looks over at you, accentuating the glow of her eyes. And she says, "You've sought an audience with me. Is this correct? Or were you hoping to speak with Ere?"
Before anyone responds, Anya, before she spoke, but maybe interrupting, she whispers to Altani, she's like, "That's where she gets her arm muscles from." We wanted to know.
Altani like pats Anya on the arm, like, yeah. And she goes, "Yes, we wish to speak with you."
Excellent. Then I've been informed correctly. You know, I wouldn't usually give an audience to Outlanders. However, given your involvement with the Senate meeting, I will make an exception. I am quite curious as to what you have to say. And as she says this, she stretches her shoulders and sets like the spear over him so that she's resting her arms on him, which causes her sleeves to draw back and for her biceps to show, which are they're thick. they're thick.
Pythons.
Okay.
Anya's drops. She's just like, no
This way.
Funny about it.
She takes you into a side room where there's some cushions to sit on. It is rather minimal, however. It seems that reclining on these cushions is how you're intended to visit in this room, and she does so. As she walks in, she plops down on the floor after resting her spear against the wall and says, "Please, sit comfortably. Though this is a temple dedicated to war, this room is dedicated for peaceful interactions. So,
Altani goes to sit.
excellent."
I follow. Wait, is where she's pointing? Is there room for one butt or multiple butts?
So the pillows are kind of arrayed where you could sit a bunch of people on a cluster of pillows, but she's laying across a bunch of them. And there's enough room for all of you to do the same.
Okay. Well, then I will sit.
Okay.
Anya, attempts to copy them, but I assume there's like a back, or is it more like a chase lounge, where it's just like open?
It's literally just pillows. She's laying on her side.
Oh, okay. Because she's like, if it's a couch, her wings aren't really gonna like fit, like shimmying around. But she copies if it's just the pillows.
Yeah. So, what is it you wanted to see me about?
We wanted to know a little bit more about the man. What was his name? Varus? I want to say his name was. Is that right?
That's the king.
Oh, no,
Mm.
no, 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 no.
The
What's the
boss.
senator's last name?
Hector was the
Hector.
senator who is
Yeah.
offering you the
Okay.
trade deal.
Yeah. We are obviously considering the offers that we were given by the senators the other day. We would be a fool to not at least consider them. However, seeing as you are in pretty direct opposition to them, we wanted to ask of you your thoughts on the situation. Hector seemed like a pretty skeevy guy, and we didn't want to barrel into things head first, so to speak.
She spits at the mention of his name. She says, "That man. He's trying to undercut us."
Undercut you?
Yeah.
That's right. He feels that there's no glory for senators, or at least not enough. That the Senate should have control of the army. I don't know what he's playing at for certain, but whatever it is, he's always scheming.
Why is he a senator if he seeks glory?
Because he didn't make it as a king.
I mean, I'm sure there are plenty of positions in the military now.
Certainly. But he wants to be its head.
Are you against trade routes to other cities, or especially trade routes through the Sea of Fire?
Am I opposed to it? Why, are you trying to stay off my bad side?
I mean, you seemed pretty cool, but... Sorry, I wasn't trying to interrupt you, Tamir. Please finish.
No. More so trying to understand how desirable our services might be to all sides of the political spectrum here in Megaros.
Yes. No, I'm in favor of your quest into the desert. It would be an excellent method for scouting. However, I'm not sure that's what you have in mind.
I have in mind making Queen. And he gives a bow.
Good. There's much going to be had in Conquest. And not much to be had amongst Wilders. Not much glory either. No offense, but many of the Outlanders in this region do not organize themselves as you. From what I've heard from Altani, your tribe has achieved much glory,
I hope we have a chance to meet in battle someday.
Altani like kind of pumps her fists like to the side, like just like a little one. Just like,
I think Anya's not gonna like say or anything or show anything, but she's gonna be like mildly offended because she feels like the Fae are fairly glorious creatures in her opinion.
Yeah.
With their, long lives and what they can do, and they choose to do it, they don't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Without missing a beat in his head, Tamir's thinking about just how little of a chance these poor city folk would stand against our culture with our advantages. However, out loud he says, "'Twould be an honorable battle, to say the least."
Yes. And that's what's important. I think that you would do much better as scouts for our military. However, you are not of Megaros, and so I do not expect you to participate in our war. That said, I would compensate you greatly.
Without showing his cards, he says, "Oh no, I'm sure your scouts are experienced and would not need our meager skills. But it is good to know that it would aid you in your mission."
I will tell you because I respect Varus as a king. Varus does believe that expansion can be achieved in multiple ways. So, as such, he might be the person to talk to if you're hoping for a more peaceful alternative to Hector's proposal. However, you will get pushback from the Senate, certainly, as it is not the king's duty to handle matters of commerce within the sea.
Of course. And we hate to come up here and waste your time.
Not at all. My time is not wasted.
We
I think
for what is the stance of the Senate? I mean, if you are training and prepping actively for war and expansion, do they oppose you in this matter?
no. They are largely in favor. We have the backing of the Senate, which helps fund our armies.
With the exception
with the exception of some. You see, the Senate is an army with broken battle lines, a shield wall where you can't trust your shield brother. This is the flaw of the Senate. They are not unified. They do not present a strong front.
I see. My father would take advantage of such weakness. Were he to be here, but he is not.
He sounds a prudent man. They say again, I'd love to meet him on the battlefield. I think there would be much honor gained in a conflict with your mighty people.
With this, he says, Altani, do you have anything else to address? I have said my piece.
Um. Hmm. I feel like she would have something to say, but I can't think of anything, so I'm gonna leave it.
Ilya says, have you had much dealings with the city of Avalier?
Not as of yet. We crossed the Sea of Fire only to arrive here.
She sits up, crosses her legs, leans on her elbow on her knee, and leaning in says, I see. Are you very interested in prophecy?
Can I history roll this? Is there a lot of... I'm assuming there might be some prophecy where, where we're from.
You don't have much in the way of prophecies. You have a lot more proverbs.
Sick. I say that. I say prophecies... my people have always put more stock into proverbs than prophecies.
I see. Then perhaps you would not be interested.
No, please. Go ahead. I'm sure we all are eager to learn.
Definitely.
It has long been prophesied by Ere that there is an inevitability amidst any world that has peoples. Where there is order, there war follows. It is a fundamental law. Just as seeds grow and rain falls, so too must people sow war in the earth. This is what we dedicate ourselves to as priests of Ere. That fundamental part of existence. We have begun to see prophecy fulfilled already. I thought you may be interested.
Yeah.
I thought you may have a connection to Avalier as well, though it seems you do not. But nonetheless, if you are traveling, it could affect you in some small way.
And Avalier shares this sentiment?
Not at all. Avalier's gods hold noble ideals of, well, honor. On that we agree, for certain. However, their lofty ideals are things of chivalry and kindness. Not a bad thing, but sometimes they prioritize it over other things, like strength and order. That said, Mazadon, the great dragon of Karador, has declared war on Avalier, seeking retribution. Thieves and liars, he calls them. Seems some god robbed Mazadon's horde. Some Avalier god, I think he's dead already. But retribution will be sought in blood.
Seems a foolish god.
Certainly a fool if he's already lost his head.
Anya,
Or perhaps weak, but I don't see much difference.
Anya whispers to the two of them.
Altani is like nodding just a little bit.
Anya whispers to them and she's like, Is that punk we encountered on that one day? Sounds like something he'd do.
You mean like yesterday? Yeah.
Yeah.
Not yesterday.
Oh.
On the day that never was.
Yeah. The punk we never encountered. on the day that wasn't. Yeah, yeah.
Precisely. Now you're talking.
Okay.
So
Go ahead.
go ahead.
Oh,
No.
I begin to stand and I say, "Thank you so much. This has been very enlightening. I hope that you can someday gain the honor you seek." But with this, Tamir is lying through his teeth. Because he...
Go ahead and make a deception check.
Oh, buddy.
Can I reword it?
No way. I want this to happen.
Oh, no.
Good.
We rolled the same thing twice.
Are you serious? No.
The first one was 9.
Yeah, I rolled even worse.
You got a 10.
Oh.
She is shrewd in her observation of people and not easily fooled. And
Go ahead.
she stands up and says, "Give your hollow good wishes all you'd like. The point remains that Avalier has allies, and Carador has gold. They will certainly not enter this war alone. Avalier will call for aid, and Carador will pay for it. And
this-
one way or another, you will be dragged into it."
He says, "On this we agree." And he knows that he's let his hand slip finally, but he says, "On this we agree. I fear that you are right. But for my part, I have seen too much bloodshed to last a lifetime."
She quirks an eyebrow, and she says, "Have you not gained honor in this?"
And I say, "Some honor isn't worth what you lose."
She seems intrigued by your stance, but still respects you as a warrior.
And I respect the crap out of her. Looking like she honestly thought she reminds me a lot of my father. But at the same time, that's exactly what he dislikes about her. But he respects her. It's a fear kind of respect.
Yeah. Well, she looks over at a brazier that has these like cracked bones around it, and she says, "It is still uncertain what the foretelling will say, but I am confident that your decision will impact this war. We still do not know which side Megaros will be on, or if we'll be on any side. Perhaps our war is our own. Perhaps it is better that way."
And I feel my lot, and I might be wrong come the future, but I feel my lot is with the Wilders.
So be it. And she gives you like a salute. Kind of like a warrior gesture, less so than like a military like rank thing.
He says, "I pray we never meet in battle, but should that day come, I will look for you." And he salutes her back.
I would ask nothing less.
Thank you so much for joining us for Toss the Dice. We hope you enjoyed the episode,
and we'll see you next time.